I have an extremely exciting video for you guys today. In this video, I interviewed the founder of My Forex Funds. My Forex Funds is a new prop firm. They started around 6 months ago or so, and they are extremely promising. They have a brand new accounts that are coming out on March 19th, and I also have, as usual, negotiated for a special discount code just for you guys. As I said, I negotiated for an extra percentage off for you guys. So they already have a really affordable rates, which again, I'll get into in this video. But if you are ready to sign up with them, don't forget to use this code right here. That's going to give you an extra 5% off on any of the options, both the current ones and the ones coming soon. This is a longer video, but for your convenience, I put in timestamps in this video, both on the YouTube video itself and in the description below. So feel free to jump around if you'd like, but I recommend watching the whole thing because this video is chock full of extremely valuable information, especially if you are considering this amazing prop firm as one of your choices. Lastly, before we start the interview, don't forget to comment any questions or comments you have about My Forex Funds in the comments below. Someone from the company will be looking at those comments and they'll be replying to quite a few of them. So be sure to do that if you want to have more questions or any suggestions you have or anything of that nature. Let's go ahead and start with the interview.
Hey guys, my name is Murtuza. A lot of you have talked to me or Telegram and whatnot, but here I am. Thanks, Blake, for giving me the opportunity to talk about My Forex Funds. Look forward to it.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and start off with a couple of questions I prepared, and then we're going to go to some questions from the community. And then I saw you have some new updates with some new accounts options with My Forex Fund. So I'd love to go over those as well. So let's go ahead and do it in that order. So I'll go ahead and start with the questions that I've prepared. So the first question I want to ask you is, what makes your prop firm stand out?
So as you know, in the last year or so, there's an influx of new prop firms. You know, before it used to be just FTMO and whatnot. How we see it is it's more competition is obviously better for end consumer, which are traders in this case. So number one key factor is our high profit ratios. So we'll go over those in our new programs. You'll see that we would be industry leading when it comes to profit sharing. Not only that, we do have one of the lowest registration fees as well, as compared to some of these other prop firms. So those two key factors combined should definitely, keep us, make us stand out in front of other prop firms.
Why should someone pick your prop firm over other prop firms? It's very similar to the question you just answered.
Other than those two things, I think we treat our traders like a family. So we have a very lively Telegram channel right now that, me and my associates joke around, and someone comes in and someone says, what is your registration fees? Ben, he's a joker. You'll get to know him as well. We'll probably get him on this. He usually replies, you have to buy us pizzas or beer, and that's how you register. So it's very like lighthearted. And then obviously, if you do want to get more serious, then we obviously answers in similar ways. So trustworthiness, being close to our traders, having that connection with them and trustworthiness is definitely one of the reasons why our prop firm, kind of sort of gets the pick over others.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I actually have some of the questions from the community is actually about that, your customer service aspect of it, which is really good in a positive way. So awesome. Another question, how does the new funding models work? So I want to let you get a chance to explain those.
Sure. So as you know, we currently have our default model, which is the 3 months of trading. Then you get a live account, but during those 3 months, you're still getting paid. But the new funding models would really shake up the industry. Why I say that is we will cater to any and all types of trader. So we're looking to become a one-stop shop. Now, what I mean by that is we'll have an evaluation model as well, just like our we'll call them Big Brother FTMO, and not that we are related or anything, but so you do an evaluation, and then you go through the 2 stages of evaluation establishment. That's what we're calling them, and then you get a funded account. Or if you like seeing real in front of your trading account, we have direct funding accounts available as well, with really good profit ratios. We're also rolling out something that no other funded company has, which is if you do have a drawdown, as long as you're in profit, we'll still pay you. So and I saw your face go, ooh, what's that? Yeah. So I mean, if you're trading a direct account, you're making profit, right? If you have a drawdown, I don't think a trader should be penalized for that. So as long as the account is in profit, even if you do hit that 5% or whatever percent, we're still gonna pay you out, man. That's how, that's how we work. That's our in our DNA or whatnot. We want to help you, and when I say you, I mean the traders, out as much as possible. And it happens, it happens to the best of us. So, and that's one way that we thought that, hey, if he's making money, obviously we're making money. And if he does have that slight hiccup here and there, if he does hit that 5% drawdown, we'll still pay you whatever the profit is, and whatever the split is. So that is, I can guarantee you, I've gone through 12 programs as such. No one offers that. So that's definitely is going to be a game changer, and hopefully other firms will catch up as well.
Yeah, that'll definitely, you'll be an interesting industry leader in that regard for sure. So I have another question about the same topic of helping out traders. So a lot of traders enjoy trading with both stocks and cTrader. Is there any potential possibility of those being added in the future?
100%. So cTrader, so I have an IT background, and cTrader is written in C#, which is an amazing and up-to-date technology. Whereas I wouldn't say it's outdated, the MQL which MT4 runs on. So, but yeah, the functionalities and the features that cTrader offers, MT4 is nowhere near it. So there's a lot of in-house development that we are doing. Again, it takes a lot of time, a lot of testing and UAT testing, which is users acceptance testing. So, we test internally and then we roll it out to a control group, then they test and they give us their feedback. So that is going on a controlled and on a small population. As soon as everything is ready, we would roll it out. Timeline wise, I'm thinking end of this year. Again, it takes a lot of testing, a lot of coding for it to get up and running. But yeah, hopefully by end of this year, we'll definitely have cTrader. And you talked about stocks. Yes, stocks, indices, crypto, forex. You can also trade cards if you like cards, Pokemon cards. That's a joke. Sorry, don't take that seriously. But yeah, I mean, you name it. As long as the broker is offering it, we're gonna respect that and pass that instrument over to our traders to trade with.
Is there brokers currently that have stocks?
They do. Yeah, the leverage would be a little lower on stocks. Again, that's set by the brokerage. We are looking into getting our own, a white label. But again, that will come probably in junction with the cTrader rollout towards the end of this year as we grow.
How did you personally get started in the prop firm space?
I've been trading for close to 8 years. It's been, and I started back in 2013. 8 years, right before I got married, right? So I was in crypto space. My company that I used to work for back then was thinking about blockchain and this and that. So I started back then, and then I've just been trading ever since, in and out. But in the past 2 years, I've seen that a lot, because of pandemic and whatnot. There's a huge population throughout the world, not just in North America, that have suddenly gotten interested in trading. What happens is we want to trade, but we don't have the funds to trade. So obviously, then the prop firms come into play and say, okay, we give you our capital, you can trade with us. So that's how I kind of sort of came up with My Forex Funds. Again, the name implies it all. It's My Forex Funds.
Where did you source the capital for the prop firm in the first place currently?
So as I said, we started back. Well, I started trading back in 2013. Actually, it was 2012 December. I remember that. And I started per se back then in crypto space. So I had a decent amount of BTC back then, which thankfully has grown to a substantial amount by now. And other than that, we do real estate, transactions as well. We have some rental properties. That's where some of the other funding sources come from. So yeah, I mean, it's mine and my co-founders. We have 2 other guys that run this with us. They're more of a silent partners, but yeah, it's between us 3. I'm more of a operationals guy. I know about trading. I know about IT. I know about the infrastructure that kind of sort of brings everything together. So I am the face of it. Not that good looking, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's the source of funding right there.
Wow, so just from 3 partners, that's very impressive. Is there any risk of maybe too many traders coming in and then there not being enough funds?
I don't think so. I don't think so. So yeah, just I wouldn't give you actual numbers of my BTC account, but I did spend $5,000 back in 2012 December. And yeah, there's actually a funny story, which I'll tell you on personal level afterwards. But yeah, that amount has stayed there. I kind of sort of forgot about it till the boom happened back in 2017. Now that it has subsided, but it has went back up. So yeah, and what I have done is I've put aside a substantial amount of capital that our traders can come in and use. So yeah, there is no, I mean, if there is a million traders asking for 100,000, then yes, we'll run out of capital. But yeah, as long as the numbers are, in thousands, we should be good.
What should traders focus on to be successful as possible within your prop firm?
So our prop firm deals with trading, obviously. So just anything that you do in trading, if you do within our prop firms, you'll be successful. A couple of things I can think of off the back is, having a strategy, having a plan, and then executing it. A lot of us, I'm guilty of this. When we start trading, we want to get rich fast. That is not what we do. That is not what we offer. It is a dream, but it's a long-term dream. And I'm pretty sure you're a mentor as well. So it's not a get-rich scheme. People who say, "Hey, come trade for us. You'll make thousands of dollars within 2 weeks." I turn away from those. So have a plan, have a long-term plan, learn, execute. Risk management obviously is another big aspect, and we actually have a very black and white rule when it comes to consistency, and you know this as well. So consistency and having a good risk management is definitely two things that a trader should definitely look at if they want to be profitable, not just within our prop firm, anywhere in trading world.
Yeah. Consistency is definitely important, but we'll come back to the consistency later. But I
Sure.
want to ask, we already talked about cTrader and you already have stocks in the prop firm, but what are the other future plans, if any, within the prop firm, other than the new accounts?
So other than the new accounts, we would be launching actual office starting in Toronto, where our members in and around North America would be welcome to come join us and trade with us. It will kind of bring the family, so to speak, together. We are also looking to open our offices in Asia as well as in Australia. But again, these are some long-term plans. In Toronto would be probably the first one since we are based out of Toronto. Have a nice, 10,000 square foot space, a lot of computers. You come in, you trade, you have dinner, lunch, blah, blah, blah. The place that we're looking actually has a hotel right next to it as well. So yeah, if you're coming even from another country, you're more than welcome to stay. And obviously we'll talk about the details later. But yeah, that's something that's coming up. Other than that, yeah, the new models that we're launching, making us a one-stop shop.
Is there any new broker options that are coming soon that you can talk about?
Yes, so we are in works with a couple of brokers. One of them that we finalized is FXPeg, and I think you actually I saw one of your emails, you mentioned them. It's just because one, their service is amazing. And for other prop firms listening to this, definitely check them out. I know you guys are our competition, but healthy competition is what we need in this space. So yeah, FXPeg, they have different indices. Their support is amazing. So we're definitely rolling our initial accounts out with them, and then there's obviously should be a couple of other options that we're looking into. I'll confirm them as soon as we come to an agreement.
Where do you see the prop firm space heading as a whole, not just for your company?
I mean, it's opening eyes, man. The prop firm industry, the trading as a whole, like everyone wants to trade now. My mother called me up. He's like, son, should I buy? What is this Bitcoin? Should I buy it? I'm like, oh, hold on. So, everyone's talking about it. And the more people trade, the more people will realize that, hey, you shouldn't have to put up your hard-earned money into trading from day one. There are other alternatives, and that's where prop firms come in. Yeah, I mean, it's a growing industry for sure. The more the merrier. Obviously, the more competition we have, the merrier, and we'll learn from each other. I mean, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. The wheel has been invented long time ago. we're just trying to refine it, make it more trader friendly, holding trades overnight, trading stocks. That's a big one. A lot of our future traders come in and say, hey, do you guys allow that? Like, yeah, sure, why not? But we are not just, it's called My Forex Funds right now. But yeah, hopefully in the near future, it would be My Trading Funds, and where you can trade stocks, indices, metals, commodities, CFDs, whatever you want to trade. So yeah, again, an year to 2 year plan, but that's in the pipeline as well.
Very cool. Yeah. I'd like to talk about the consistency rule a little more, but do you want to just have some opening statements on that?
So yeah, sure. I would love that. So I personally myself am not a fan of consistency rule. Why I say that is a lot of firms have a very subjective view on that. They say you have to be consistent. I'm, with an IT background, I'm very like ones and zeros, and it's either this or that. So when I say we, me and my partners came up with a way to calculate it. There's a formula. There's a formula on our website. You can check it out, and you can be 100% sure if you're within it or not within it. It's not like, we think you're consistent, but since you have a huge payout, we are not going to pay you. It's nothing like that. You can calculate it yourself. And again, humans make mistake. We're a little flexible. So if it's your first payout, if it's a little outside consistency, there have been cases where Ben has come to me and said, hey, are we okay to let this one go? Yeah, sure. I mean, it happens, but as long as you're not blowing it, you're not doing one lot one day and then 10 lots the other and then 100 lots the other, or, or vice versa. So there is a mathematical way to calculate it. You can calculate it. On the other side, we do have a model which says, hey, if this is not for you, no worries. You can also use our NCA, which is non-consistency account, which that takes the whole thing out of the picture.
Yeah, I really like that you break it down. I think that's definitely a huge positive. I've ran into issues with other prop firms where it was just a consistency rule in general, and I thought I was following it, but I actually end up kind of not following it, but then they end up coming through anyways. But yeah, so I think before we that was the last question I had pre-prepared. I think it'd be a good idea to go over the two PowerPoints. There's one from Ben, the one that Ben sent me, and as well as one that I got this morning.
Sure.
We can go over those.
Sure.
So Ben sent me this image going over a prop firm comparison with your prop firm versus another prop firm. So I would like to hear a little bit more in detail of why do you think that it's a direct comparison that yours is better on the ones better and not as good on the ones that's not as good. So let's go ahead and go through the list. The first one being cost. This one's pretty self-sufficient, but how are you able to get these costs down so far?
So there are two key elements to this. One is, having support staff throughout the world. That definitely saves us. Ben costs me arm and a leg, but he's definitely worth it. And then the other part is the automation part. So a lot of our processes are automated, so we don't have to spend the man hours to kind of sort of, go through the analysis and payouts and whatnot. Even though payouts are done manually, but a lot of the analysis in the back end is done automatically. Hence, I save on those man hours, man cost, and then kind of sort of translate that into savings for our traders at the end.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So going over the next ones, 4 accounts with 2 models. Mm-hmm. So now you're adding more models, of course, which this is, I guess, a little outdated in that aspect. So it's maybe even more better. Do you want to speak about this? Is all why are you able to offer so many models, and are you planning on adding even more in the future?
Definitely. So this was more of an apples to apples comparison. We took the prop firm that that we more closely resemble and kind of sort of see what they offer and what we offer. So here there are 4 accounts, which obviously is their 10, 20, 50, and 100. We have 2 models, which is our CEA, which is the consistency enabled accounts, as well as the NCA, which is non-consistency accounts. We also offer a one-time payment, which again does not happen on the other side of the pond, on the other side. So if you're a trader that just wants to pay once and forget about the subscription fees and whatnot, definitely come check us out. Also, if you're a trader that wants to play with different account sizes, starting as low as 10K, we also have that. The last part is the consistency part that you touched upon a little earlier as well. So consistency is definitely needed for all the traders, but not all traders kind of sort of fit into that mold or that requirement. So we did, and this actually came for our community. We go back and forth a lot. There are some good Facebook forums out there that we talk to a lot. The moderators there, they kind of sort of tell us, hey, this is the overall feel of the traders. Can you do this? Consistency was definitely one of the big issues or red flags that the traders were facing, some of the traders were facing. So we say, okay, you know what? We'll just take that out of the equation. So now we have consistency account. The benefit of that is you get paid bi-weekly, but we also have a non-consistency account where you don't have to worry about consistency at all. The only drawback to that is that you get paid once a month, which is still good because then you get to trade however you want. We won't look at your risk. We won't look at your lots. We won't look at the number of trades you're taking.
Yeah, that's definitely, in my opinion, that's totally worth it, especially if you can get that one significant payout that should be able to last you for a whole extra month or more, probably.
Definitely,
especially even another income source as well.
For sure.
Moving on to the next one, the payout. So we already mentioned the biweekly, if you're, as long as you're doing the consistency version, but it says 10% biweekly first, and then it goes bigger percentages. Can you explain what how it's increasing?
Sure. So the first two payouts, so the first biweekly payout in your first month, the first two payouts would be 10%. And after you get that first two payouts at 10%, you will jump up to 12.5. So those, again, that would be two biweekly payouts. And in your third month, you get 15%. And that stays with you as long as you're trading with us. Again, this was put into place. We wanted to give sort of a promotion to traders that are doing good and they're consistently making money. It just gives them a little bit more to look forward to rather than having a good old 10% all throughout their trading career.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And are they so it says 15% here. Is this two different accounts? Is it for the challenge account basically, and then also a funded account, or is it all for one account?
So this is for the challenge, the simulated account that they're trading from day one. So we hold the motto of earn from day one really close to our heart. So as soon as you start trading, there's a chance of you earning money. There is no challenge, especially in this part. So, and once you have gone through the 3 months of successful and you have gained 10%, then you're given a live account. So the live account again starts with 50% on monthly basis. That goes up to 65 the second month, and then it stays at 80% going forward. And that is also part of our standardized model.
Wow, that's really cool. I love the fact that you can earn from day one and also get that challenge or the funded account eventually as well. That's very cool. So the next one here is variable drawdown of 5%, 5% daily and 12% overall. So this of course beats the industry standard of 10% overall drawdown. So would you like to speak on that?
Sure. Yeah, we just wanted to give a little bit back more to the community. A lot of our traders that were coming from FTMO and other prop firms were saying, 10% isn't enough. Another extra 1 or 2% would be awesome. And then there were others that was saying it should be 20% or 25%. So being within reasonable limits, we increased it 12%. Another good thing is that it's variable. So as you grow your account, the drawdown increases with you. This is again something that's unique to our prop firm, especially in this model. If you start with a 100K account, you, for lack of better, mathematical terms, you grow it 10%, get it up to 110K. Now, rather than having 5,000, you'll have $5,500 for a drawdown. So it gives you a little bit more room as you grow your account, which is I think it's a good add-on feature.
Yeah, that definitely is. I like that a lot. It's a great addition. So for the educational content here, it's actually giving it to the competitor, is because they have offers trading not for members only, while yours offers free resources and content available online. So go ahead.
That is correct. So yeah, we can't take the first place on everything. This is something that we are looking into, but it's not our top priority. There's so much content out there, right? And there's so many good people doing this. You being obviously one of them, the VVS Academy. I've looked into it briefly. So we don't want to again do something that's been beaten over and over again. good people doing it. What we are experts are in trading. We are experts in the technology behind it. We are experts. We want to stick to things that we know. We don't want to jump into other domains. Our competitor obviously has an edge on that front, as they do have members only content, and they have been running that successfully. So kudos to them.
Very cool. So this one is MFF custom trader dashboard, available for traders. Updates every 30 seconds, and there's updates 4 times a day. It's a tie. What is the dashboard looks like? We won't be able to share it on the screen. Can you just describe it?
So pretty much, as you're trading in your MP4, what we do is our bots take that data and present it on your personalized dashboard. I'll send you a screenshot afterwards
Sure.
of what it looks like.
I'll put it on the
then
screen.
you can obviously, obviously share that. The four times a day for our competitor. Again, I'm not too sure if that information is correct. 2 or 3 of our traders that have traded with them have confirmed that, but again, maybe they have fixed it since then. So obviously ours is 30 seconds, theirs is 4 hours. The information is not confirmed, hence we didn't give ourselves that medal on this one. It's a tie.
So for the rules, this is probably maybe the most important one, or one of the most important, if not the most important one. So this one, it looks very similar for the first one, but I noticed this is calculated based on daily starting balance, and this one is static value of 5% based on starting balance, starting account balance. Is there any reason for the change on the very first bullet?
No, so we actually base it on equity and balance. Again, this is something that I have to confirm for our competition. Maybe they do it for both, maybe they don't. So, but we do. So that's why we wanted to put equity and balance in there, where else theirs only reads balance.
So how are you able to calculate the daily starting amount on equity and balance? Is it the higher of the two, the lower of the two?
So we actually, that's a really good question. What we do is at the start of the day, our backend system takes a snapshot of your starting balance and equity, and it calculates the 5% drawdown from that point of view. So it actually looks at both. So what we say is, as a trader, you should be mindful that you should not lose more than 5% in a day. You shouldn't do, okay, I'm down 4.8%. Let me just get into a new day, so I'll have a new 5% limit. This kind of sort of forces bad trades to kind of sort of get closed out, and give the trader that opportunity of starting all over the following day.
That makes sense. So the biggest difference I see the 12 is very similar in that one, and then the EA bots are allowed after approval. So what is and then of course they don't allow EA bots. So what is the approval process for allowing EAs?
It's actually pretty simple. So you come to us, you say, hey, Murtuza, Ben, Alex, who are you talking to? I plan on trading for you guys, but I want to use a bot for say risk management or for placing trades. So we ask you to simply email that to us. We have our risk team that will look into it. I'm part of that team, and we see if there is some sort of all the parameters are being met or not met. If we see if there's copying being done, and you said it's just for risk management, but you're copying from another trader or a signal provider, so we definitely flag that. Also, we see if there is some sort of excessive, if there is a flag that kind of sort of showcases to us that this bot will be taking excessive risks, we kind of sort of flag that as well. So 99% of the time people have came to us, we have said, yeah, I mean, if it's for risk management, if it's for placing trades, it's for different strategies, you're good to go. But if there is some fishy thing that's going on inside, then we kind of sort of flag that and say, hey, can you explain this to us? And if you're able to, great. If you're not, then we kind of sort of say, no, you're not allowed to do that or use that.
Right, makes sense. So you mentioned copiers. Are copiers allowed, not allowed?
So they are, as long as you give us a good explanation. So if you have 6 accounts, we can be like, okay, sorry, you have to trade over separately. doesn't make sense. So as long as there's a good, good explanation behind it, you're trading for other prop firms, you want to copy from your master account to our account, or vice versa. As long as you give that to us in writing, we expect you to do that. There's no way of us saying, okay, are you actually copying from your other accounts, or are you actually copying from somewhere else? But we respect you. We understand that we have your word as a man or as a woman, and we take your word from it.
I think that goes back to something you said earlier about the family aspect, that trust between trader and prop firm. I think that's really cool.
100%. Yeah. If you tell us, we trust you, man. I mean, and it goes both ways. When we started, there was a lot of, and it was a hard place to start in, to be honest with you. But, it comes with over time, and we want to kind of sort of give that trust back to our traders. We say, hey, okay, you have control over this. As long as you're doing what you're saying you're doing, we're not going to be like micromanaging you. Obviously, we have bigger and better plans. We can't do that for 400 traders that we have currently. So yeah, I mean, it works both ways.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And then the only the trading days per week is the same. Is the trading days per week, is that the same for the non-consistency account, or is it a different number?
No, it's exactly the same. The only thing that's different is you fall out of the consistency rule. You don't have to follow it.
Got it. And is we can talk about it more when we talk about the other platforms on the new accounts on the other one. Is this 3 days trading days per week, is that still going to be applied for the other upcoming?
They will have different parameters. We can go over that when we discuss them. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And then the only other difference is consistency defined clearly, and theirs is not defined clearly. So then moving on, offer support through website, email, members only channels. This is very similar for both of them. And then for the refund option, so you provide a full fees refund after obtaining a live account.
That is correct. Yeah, that's just our way of saying, hey, you did it. Congrats. Here's your money back. Go buy yourself, depending on what account you bought, go buy yourself a good leather jacket, or, reinvest that in a real account, or just treat yourself. The whole idea of this is to, get that 5%, the top 5% or 6% traders that really know how to trade. And if you're one of them, if you go through the 3 phases, I think it's a little extra bonus. Obviously, you're getting paid, bi-weekly or monthly basis throughout that 3-month period. But I think this is a good touch that we have put in, saying, here, you deserved it. Here's your registration fees.
So yeah, it's really cool. So with FTMO, for example, they also do a fee refund. However, you have to have a first month successful as well with FTMO, not just pass the challenge verification. So is yours right after you pass the 3 months, or is it after a first successful month as well?
No, right after you pass, along with your live account credentials, because that's when you get them, or when you get to 10%. So it is actually upon obtaining live account. So I say 3 months because that's the minimum. Some traders do take a little longer, 4 or 5 months. But as soon as you get your live account, that's when you get your live account credentials as well as your free refund.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the PDF. So do you want to just talk on this? If you want, you can also use the built-in zoom feature to highlight things and circle certain things if you want to talk about that as well.
Oh, cool. So this model would be our direct funded model. So if you don't like to go through evaluations or don't want to trade demo accounts, then this is what you will have in store for you, pretty much. And so these are $3,000, $6,000, $15,000, $30,000 accounts. These are live accounts from day one. There is no trading on demo on these. Leverage is up to 1 to 50. Hopefully we would be able to increase that to 1 to 100. But again, in the start, definitely we want to try things out. We want to keep it at 1 to 50. Target is 20%. What that means is every 20% target you meet, your account would increase by the multiplier, which is 1.5 times in this case. So let's just say that you're starting with 3K account. The next would be $4,500 and so forth and so on. Profit share is straight up 50%. So you take half, we take half. Overall drawdown is 6% in this case. You'll see that our direct competition in this space, without naming them, is around 4%. So we kind of sort of took theirs and made it a little bit better by giving you that extra 6%. and then daily drawdown, there is no daily drawdown. I mean, you know, you can go up and down. So this is more of a conventional, more of a on the less riskier side. The instruments are there, forex, indices, metals, and energies. Account costs are there. So again, you can see that we are very cost effective, as well as we think about costing out our products to the bare minimum, such that we can pass those savings along to our traders. We are in business when our traders make money, not through their registration costs. So that is one key element that, you know, we think of when we price these accounts out, and you'll see them. You know, it's very it's on the lower side compared to our competition. Monthly fees, none, nada, zilch. Again, so you pay once, you get your account. As long as you're not in drawdown, you're good. You're making money. We're making money. Everyone's happy.
Yep, that's very cool. And I see it's discount as well as the more you get comparatively. That's good. I like that as well. And then for the instruments, I'm not sure. Do you run out of space, or does it not have stocks, or non-discount?
So the conventional one will not have stocks, but if you go to the other page, which is a similar model, a little bit more aggressive in terms.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we call it the MFF emphatic, or My Forex Funds emphatic account. So here you'll see forex, indices, metal, energies, crypto, and stocks. Both of them are there. Price wise, it's really it's definitely it's same as the above, but here the daily drawdown, we have a daily drawdown feature, and this is what we discussed earlier on as well. What this is, and we have a little little thing on the bottom as well. My Forex Funds will introduce an industry first DDP model, so where our traders will be paid even if they violate the that should read daily drawdown rule. So if, you know, you're up $1,000 or whatever, $10,000, but you know, news comes out, your account goes down by 5%, you still get paid 950 divided by 2, which is 50%. So we won't keep all the money that you have made. We'll still give you your half of the money. So again, this is definitely industry first. I don't think there is anyone else out there that's doing this.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's definitely a huge pro. So the profit share here, it says 50 to 70, so that just scales as you continue to do well.
Exactly, and more details on that would be supply it out. So yeah, every 2 months we'll push you up another tier. The more you make, again, the more you're making, the more we're making, but we want to also reward you, so you'll kind of sort of move up on that scale.
So is that just any 2 months where you're profitable at least $1 basically?
Yeah. Again, those details are yet to be confirmed, but that is the gist of it, pretty much. That as long as you're making a certain percentage, you get to get a bigger pie. You get to take the bigger pie home.
I like this one a lot. This is definitely a really good one.
And this has your favorite stocks in there as well. Yeah.
Yes.
So.
I keep mentioning it. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Let's go to the next one. So this one, this really caught my eye right here. So 85%. That's really cool. We'll talk about everything on the page.
Sure. So yeah, man, 80% have been kind of sort of been around and been beaten down a lot. So we were like, hey, what can we do? 90%, 95% would be a little too much in my opinion. 85% is where we start. We still make a little bit of money, but you know, we give a little bit more back to the traders. And again, that goes back to us saying we are traders company for traders. So again, 85%. How this is gonna play out is pretty much you're gonna start with I have to check the numbers again, but I believe we're gonna start at 75% your first month, 80% your second, and then after that, 85% going forward. And yeah, I mean, I don't think there is any other industry or any other prop firm that's doing this right now.
That's extremely competitive of you. That's very cool. Very nice.
Yeah. Another thing is the costing part and the account size. So I know FTMO and some of the other prop firms, they focus on the 100K. What happens then is there's a lot of other traders that are kind of sort of that are starting up, or that don't have the funds available to buy such a huge account. Neither do they have the experience. So what we do is we give them a stepping stone. Say, okay, you want to start with a 10K? No problem, we have that for you. You have been in the game for a little longer. You want to start 50K? We have that for you. you want to go all in 100K, no problem. Here it is for you. So all that is there. I know FTMO does 10 and 5. We're going to stick with the new norm, 8 and 4. So the first our evaluation part would be 8%, and then we're calling establishment the second part of the evaluation. That's going to be at 4%.
Yeah, that's extremely good. That's I like that a lot. So just to clarify, 8% for the challenge equivalent to FTMO, and 4% for the verification equivalent to FTMO.
That's correct. So 8% for the evaluation, which is the challenge part, and the verification we're calling establishment. So the 2 E's, and then that's 4%. That's correct. Yes. And the 10K account will start under $100. Just so I put that out there.
Yeah, that's great. It says starting at $84 here. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, right there, perfect.
that definitely will help a lot of people who aren't financially so well right now, but do still want to get into the prop trading space. If you do a couple good months with that, that's plenty of money to buy a $100,000 account and hopefully more. So speaking of that, do you allow multiple accounts? Is there a 3 rule, which is pretty standard, or is it just 1, or how's that working?
In the start, we're going to stick with 1. Again, this is something that's brand new. We're launching out,
Right.
But in the upcoming month or 2, I think we will increase it to 3, just like we have it in our standard model currently.
Very cool. And with the prop trading and FTMO both adding in the $200,000 starting option, is that coming eventually? Obviously, this is so new, and I know that it's already such a huge, amazing step. Everything about this is already really good. I think it's already worth it, but that would just be an extra cherry on top.
I think so. So again, we have to evolve. We have to learn. We have to keep moving forward. And we do that. So we have our eyes and ears everywhere. So if there is something new that's exciting, and FTMO obviously is the grandfather of all. So if they're doing something, that we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it better, faster.
I like that. I like that about that. So yeah, let's go ahead and move over to the questions from people in the communities that I'm in. So Logan asked, can they fix their website so the rules are and easier to find and understand? So basically he's asking if there's any possibility of being just a little more clear. This interview helps a lot, but is there any potential for that? He didn't really specify what exactly he found hard to understand.
So yeah, I mean, obviously there's room for improvements everywhere. So Logan, if you don't mind, support at myforexfunds.com. Please email us. Let us know what exactly is there that you don't understand or that we can make better. Personally, we have gone through numerous feedbacks. It's easily understandable. All the rules are laid out one by one. You can click on them, they'll expand. But yeah, if there is room for improvement, and Logan, if you're hearing this, please email us, support at myforexfunds.com. We'll definitely take a look at that.
That's good. Avinash asked if can they include EAs and copy trading? So of course we already mentioned that you allow EAs.
Yes. So Avinash, just make sure that you email us the copy of EA before using it. There has been cases in the start where we did not allow EA tradings, but again, the constant feedback from community was, hey, EAs could be used to manage risk for other purposes. So we said, okay, as long as you can prove to us that yes, that is what you're using the EA for, or even if you're copying it from another master account, you're good. So just email us, and yeah, you'll be good to go.
Zol Fadley asked, please ask if they will make a challenge account. Obviously, we just went over that, but that's we don't really need to talk about that.
Not for him.
Christapas asked, please ask if one can get a rebate from a broker we trade on.
If you can get a rebate from a broker that you can trade on. So what happens with the brokers is they offer us, we can increase the pips by a certain percentage, and we'll make that money, but we have not taken that. So our spreads would be extra low, or as low as the broker allow us. So we're not making anything on top of, so that rebate part probably comes in if you're having a pip differential, but we don't have that. So there won't be any rebates. One good thing that we are thinking about, and again, this is giving back to the traders, is all the commissions in Forex will be handled by us. So let's just say if it's a 50-50 split, if there is a commission on the trade, we won't count that under your part of the payment. So we'll take that on fully. So let's just say if there's a $10 commission, that's not going to come out of your profits. We're going to take care of that.
That's really cool. That basically makes it even higher percentage split, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't know of any other prop firms that do that. That's amazing.
Nope, I don't think so.
So yeah, I'm sure you'll like this one. Michael asked, excellent customer service. Please pass on my regards. My question is, what makes your customer service so good? Do your employees go through lots of training or just great employee candidates?
So I think the number one factor is we pay them in Bitcoin. And that is a joke as well, which I learned from. No, with our employees, all of them have been with us from the start, and it is their company as much as it is ours. So they all have a stake in it. Ben kind of sometimes even overrules me and says, okay, you shouldn't do this. He's so in touch with all the traders, it's not even funny. But again, I think that's what it is. It's the ownership. They have a sense of ownership in this company, and they're the people on the ground, not in any bad terms or anyways, but they're the front-facing MFF representatives. So they get amazing feedback from all these great people. I would name a few, but then other few would get mad, so I won't. But yeah, there are a few individuals that really put their heart and soul in this, and they're not Ben or anyone. They're actual traders, and they have been with us since start. And they give us such amazing information that is, and I think you mentioned a name, Michael. If it's Michael S, he's definitely one of them. He recently gave us a list of like 15 or 20 items. We're actually taking them really seriously. And if we incorporate them, oh man, yeah, forget about all the other prop firms. Because, he thinks from a trader's perspective. We think from a business perspective. So if you can combine the trader's perspective to a business perspective, there's no other prop firm out there that would do that.
That's a phenomenal response. I love that. Love what you just said.
Yeah, and I also give them a lot of pizzas and free food, so that helps.
Another good thing. Paolo asked, tell them to have a cTrader platform. So of course we already talked about cTrader. Just want to recap that again.
Definitely. So Paulo, cTrader is definitely something new. Well, relatively new compared to MT4 and MT5. But yeah, it just takes a little bit of time incorporating, writing code in the backend to, mimic a lot of functionalities that we currently do with MT4. So it's definitely in the works. And hopefully, being a technology company and a finance company, we pride ourselves being up to date with the latest and the greatest. So you'll definitely see us being one of the first few prop firms that will be rolling on cTraders soon.
That's super great. So I have one more here. It's from Tojo, and it's the first part is very similar to the last one. It's a very long question.
Oh.
So I hope you're prepared. Challenge model will also be released. It's planned. About cTrader, I also on their mind in the near future, they have a lot more improvements coming up. The new models planned will be launched on the 19th of March. Personally, I also don't want to challenge. Personally, I also don't want challenges. That's why I was using funding talent, but now I stick to MFF. I also don't want the headache of consistency rules, so I chose the non-consistency account. The only issue is that I see in my starting equity, I can know how much the DD limit is, but they will update the dashboard and this will be solved. So far, they are at the top of my list. Top support, flexibility, great service, low prices. Even they don't see customers as customers, but family.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's actually what we have been talking about. So thank you, Ato. And yeah, I mean, I'm actually about to cry, I think. When it comes from the other side, it means so much more. And I really, really appreciate that. So yeah, I mean, thank you. It means a lot to us. Wait, was there a question in there? Probably not.
Oh, so he said the only issue I have is to see my starting equity so I can know how much DD limit is, but they will update the dashboard and this will be solved. So is there a dashboard update coming soon to talk about DD limits, drawdown limits?
Definitely, yeah. So that should be rolled out in the next couple of weeks as well, yeah. So it's gonna keep track of your initial balance and equity, and will show you when you log in okay, this is the amount that you cannot go under. So yeah, that's coming out soon. We're also rolling out a payout calculator, which will pretty much tell you exactly how much you're expecting to get paid out and when you're getting to get paid out. So I'll send you a screenshot of our new model that we'll be rolling out in our, for our admin, for our members. But feel free to showcase that here if you want to.
Very cool. So just some final remarks. Want to wrap this up basically. So I think that from what I can tell, you guys are by far maybe even probably the most involved in the community prop firm that I've ever seen. I really, really appreciate that. I love how you guys are treating all of the customers not as customers but family. I love that aspect, and I think that you have a lot of good things in regards to actual numbers, statistics, and being very competitive with the actual rates as well. So I love that about your prop firm.
Definitely. At the end of the day, I mean, we're all in it to be successful, right? So how prop firms make money is through their traders making money. If the model is different, then they're doing it wrong. So we're trying to give back as much as, we're cutting costs on our side just so that we can pass on those savings to you as a trader. And when you have that flexibility value, when you have that low entry point, then you feel good. When you feel good, you trade with an open mind. When you trade with an open mind, the chances of you being successful is obviously a little higher. Our rules are there to kind of sort of mold the new traders as well. So, if you just want to come in and start trading for the heck of it, you probably won't get far. So we have rules to kind of sort of say, okay, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And if you kind of sort of follow our guidelines, this is again for the new traders, chances of you being successful is definitely a lot higher than if you just went and traded by yourself. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the ultimate goal is to become one-stop shop for all your prop firm needs. If you want to do a challenge, we got you. If you want to do direct funding accounts, we got you. If you want to go through the high accounts on simulated but still get paid from day one, we got you. And yeah, I mean, these are just the models that we have now. A year down the road, who knows, So again, really looking forward to growing this into one of the top businesses out there in this space. And please, if you think there is room for improvement, or if there is something that we don't do currently, email us. And our traders, is what makes us successful, and I really, really appreciate that. So thank you.
Yeah, I'll be looking in the comments below of this video as well for this recording, and also talking about the new accounts that are coming. So I'll have that link in the description as well for that 5% off. So is that going to be available for the new accounts as well as for the 5%, or is that only for the old model?
No, we'll make sure that we incorporate in all the models that we offer.
Very cool. Is there any final remarks that you'd like to talk about?
No, I mean, it's as much your company as it is mine. So if you think there is room for improvement, by all means, let us know. We are nimble. We are open-minded. Again, we can do 100% profit share because then we won't exist for really long. But just be sensible. If there are some good things that other people are doing that you want us to do, by all means, let us know. We'll definitely look into that. And yeah, just and be safe. Definitely, the time that we're going through right now, be safe. If you need some time off, if you're trading with us, definitely let us know. We kind of sort of take that under consideration as well. Say, hey, I have my kids home, I can't trade for 2 weeks. No problem, take your time. So there's no really time constraints when it comes, especially in the kind of environment and situation that we're going through with and whatnot. So yeah, I'm here, Ben's here, Alex here, the whole team's here. Support at myforexfunds.com, info at myforexfunds.com. Let us know what you think, and yeah, we'll definitely grow together, and we'll go far.
That's awesome. Thanks so much for this interview. Thanks so much for the opportunity, and look forward to speaking about any updates and also the new accounts once those finally roll out on March 19th.
For sure. Thank you, Blake.
All right, thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as I want to hear your comments on what do you think about this prop firm. Do you think it's good, bad? I want to hear in the comments below. Again, they will also be looking at those comments and replying to people. So if you have any questions, it's also going to be a great place to ask them. About to give you guys my final thoughts on the prop firm now that I've done this interview. But before I do, don't forget to use this code again. I know you're going to show that 5% off discount code for you guys, VVS2021. It's going to give you that option for any of the accounts, either the current ones or the ones coming in the future. Again, it's on March 19th. So here's my final thoughts on the prop firm now after the interview. Murtuza seems like the ideal prop firm owner and founder because of two reasons. Number one, he clearly has a very strong traders are family attitude to him, and it's definitely rubbing off on the whole prop firm in total. I've only read positive reviews about this particular prop firm. Reason number two is Murtuza clearly has a one-up the competition attitude, which is extremely beneficial for us traders. A lot of you will probably ask for this. This is a proof of payout from another trader. My overall review for this prop firm as of right now is that I wasn't so excited about the prop firm a long time ago when I first heard about them. However, they make so many new improvements all the time. It seems like they're very much listening to the traders in the community, and I absolutely love that about them. So I definitely have to give them a really, really high rating for that. And also they have an amazing payout schedule coming really soon with that 85% split, as well as being really open to be adding cTrader, and they already have stocks. So this is definitely be one of the very top prop firms on my upcoming new top 7 best prop firms list. That's going to be updated pretty soon. Might change the title just a little bit, but that is coming soon, and this one will be on that top list. It's clearly an amazing prop firm. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more videos on this prop firm or other prop firms, don't forget to hit subscribe. They're coming out really soon.